Previously on Jason and Melissa Travel, we spent 3 incredible days on the infamous Isle of Skye in Scotland. We searched for and found real megalodon dinosaur tracks. We got up early, navigating a proper Scottish fog to catch the sunrise from the top of Old Man of Storr. Now we leave the Isle of Skye to continue our road trip up the North Coast 500, which is arguably one of the most stunning drives in the world. But first, we make a quick stop to see another iconic Scottish castle before making our way up the dangerous and breathtaking Applecross Pass.
While road tripping through the UK, we have been taking advantage of all the tea and scones, and today was no different. We stopped in the small village of Ardelve before taking in the iconic Eilean Donan Castle. Although we did not pay to actually enter the Eilean Donan Castle, it was worth the stop to marvel at this piece of history. The castle was built in the early 13th century as a defensive measure, protecting the lands against the Vikings who raided, settled, and controlled much of the north of Scotland between the years 800 and 1266. Now we are off to our first stop, a little bed and breakfast in the beautiful village of Loch Carron.
We had a shorter drive day today. We just left the Isle of Skye, where we spent a couple of days, and drove down to Loch Carron, where we're going to spend the night tonight. Man, oh man, it's beautiful here. It's just a little quaint little town. There's not a whole lot here, so we are going to go out for dinner. And when I say there's not a whole lot here, there isn't a whole lot of tourist attractions to go see.
Which is actually kind of nice.
Yeah, so we're just having a quiet evening of getting into our Airbnb a little early tonight, have some dinner, because tomorrow we have a big day. We are going to drive across Applecross, so we will see you in the morning. We're off to dinner tonight.
Good morning from stunning Loch Carron, UK, up in Scotland. Today, we mentioned yesterday that we were going to head over Applecross Pass, and that is what we're going to do. Applecross Pass is famous because it is extremely narrow, one-lane road with these little pullouts and some super wicked switchbacks, but supposed to have some unbelievably stunning views. And as you can see today, another beautiful blue sky. A very uncharacteristic weather from Scotland, but man, we will take it. So we are going to head up onto Applecross Pass, check out those views and that wicked gnarly road. But first, a little treat, Melissa's Happy Applecross Pass Dance. Yes, we're back in a grocery store, and yes, we're picking out more sandwiches for a picnic lunch. These sandwiches are just so good.
Applecross Pass is legendary by claiming the steepest ascent in all of the United Kingdom. The road that goes up and over the pass is not for the faint of heart, and the single-track road definitely rewards your bravery with breathtaking Scottish views. Jagged rock formations covered in grass on both sides of the road made the landscape seem very otherworldly. The views were so dramatic at every direction we looked. Well, every direction that Melissa looked, as I was only allowed to look at the road. Melissa nearly crapped her pants several times on the way up.
Heading up the Applecross Pass. My goodness, this is so pretty.
This is one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen in my life. And I grew up part of my life in Colorado. This is unbelievable. This is so gorgeous.
It's making me a little nervous though. I trust Jason's driving. He is an incredible driver, so I know that I have nothing to worry about.
This is a two-way road, by the way. Traffic goes in both directions. This is so wild. You okay?
Yeah. The edge of the road comes real fast. Oh, they're waiting on you.
No, they're not.
Oh, there they are.
So the road continues, you can see it. It's like right in there, goes up and over. There's a bunch of switchbacks. So far, this road has been the most beautiful road that we have driven on in Scotland so far. It's absolutely stunning.
To say that the hairpin switchbacks are steep is a severe understatement. As you can see, you always need to keep an eye on the oncoming traffic. There is no way for vehicles to pass one another on such a narrow road, so learning to properly use the pullouts is crucial. We quickly figured out this polite dance, and sometimes we even needed to back up to allow other vehicles to safely pass.
Keep your eyes on the road, Yates.
All right, I'm gonna stop so I can look. Am I freaking you out?
Yes, you're freaking me out. You don't get to look around. Eyes on the road.
All right, well, I'm gonna stop so I can look.
Once at the top and looking down, you can see the road winds and curls its way up to the summit, looking like a giant concrete snake from the top.
Okay, we made it to the very top. Jason did a wonderful job driving us. I trust him. Although he was giving me some feels when he was like, oh, look around, look at this, look at this. I'm like, no, eyes forward. You only get to look at the road and that's it. You don't get to look around. We made it safe though. It is a lovely view. Definitely worth it. If you're not familiar with this area, do yourself a favor. Drive around town, drive around some of these other little towns before you take this on, because it's intense. But if you're used to driving on some of these one-lane little passes with the pullouts, it's the same thing. You're just going up and then you're just coming back down. It's the same thing. You can do it. It's doable. It's doable, but you need to be safe. You need to be careful.
Oh, hello again.
You made it. We made, yes, we made it. We're all safe on the other side. Oh, it's stuck. We just finished up going over Applecross Pass, came down the other side, stopped to get a coffee and a bathroom break, and we are headed up the North Coast 500 now, and our first stop to stay along the route is Fearnmore, which will lead us then into, I'm not entirely sure how to say it.
Gairloch?
Well, the Shieldaig, and then Gairloch.
Yes.
Is going to be our final destination for the day. But there are a couple more towns that you have to plug in to stay along the North Coast 500 because, as we have found, you can't just plug in those towns into the navigation system and it will route you directly there. It will actually route you away from the North Coast 500. So, little tip there if you're planning on staying on the 500 while you're on your trip. After summiting Applecross Pass, we drove along the sea on our way to Fearnmore. We stopped a few times driving along the cliffs above to see what we think were minke whales breaching the waters below. So if you find yourself in this area, definitely keep a lookout. Oh, just slowly moving around out there.
I know that there's no way that you're gonna be able to see it on the GoPro. But we are just outside of Applecross and we're watching whales right here in the ocean, just kind of sitting on this little cliff above them. Yeah, there's whales down there. So cool. All right, Melissa, tell the whales bye.
Bye, whales. Bye, whales. Have a good day.
This is one of our favorite things to do, is pull over on the side of the road, stare at the water, look for wildlife, look for whales, look for seals. One of our favorite things to do. We're always pulling over. We're probably never going to make it to our next destination, but oh well.
I just saw a minke. We're pretty sure it's a minke whale. We don't have binoculars to completely verify that, but I looked them up and I think that that's what we saw. So that was cool. I've never seen that before, and just randomly seeing them in the wild, like, this is so amazing. We're not on some kind of trip. We're not at this was just uncharted territory that we're roaming through here, and all kinds of wild things. I love it.
This part of Scotland it's breathtaking. Everywhere you look is spectacular, and I mean everywhere.
Hello, sheeps. Excuse us, ladies, coming through. Excuse us, ladies. Excuse us.
Don't run from the Lord.
Hello, everybody. Hi. Hi, so nice to see you all. Hello, you're a YouTube star. Hello, hi, nice to meet you. Hope you're having a lovely afternoon. Hello. Hello, excuse us, pardon us. Continuing on the North Coast 500, we made a little pit stop in Shieldaig. I think I'm saying that correctly. Lovely little harbor town here. Thoroughly enjoy our view while I stopped in, went to the bathroom and had a cappuccino so that I can be all caffeinated up to continue on.
On this episode of MTV Cribs, we've got the Myrtle Bank Hotel in Gairloch, United Kingdom.
We're living in Scotland tonight, baby. Coming up next, we continue our road trip to the quaint seaside village of Ullapool, where we catch the freshest specials at the famous seafood shack. We also make a quick stop at the lush Corrishalik Gorge, so Jason can make me do one of my least favorite things: go across a suspension bridge. Stand down so that you can see what I'm looking at right now, because this is outrageous. Thanks for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button so that you don't miss out on our upcoming adventures. Jason and I are on to the next one.
Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none.